Hello students, welcome to Accountancy Point where we study the various accounting concepts for class 11 and 12. Today I have come with a topic which is not a new one, it's just the continuation of my previous video. The previous video was on accounting equation. So today's video is also based on accounting equation but with different types of transactions. Before we start our discussion today, I would request each one of you to watch the previous video if you have not watched, so that the concept will be clearer, and please press the bell icon and subscribe to the Accountancy Point. Now children, today we are going to begin with our video number 8 on accounting equation part 2, where we are going to solve a sum and prepare balance sheet for class 11. The transactions which I have taken today are a bit different type. They are not the general transactions. They are a bit rare to find in case of accounting equation, or you can say their treatment is a bit different from the rest of the transactions. Over here you can see I have written the question: prepare accounting equation with the following information provided by Sudhir. Also prepare balance sheet. The first one is Sudhir commenced business with cash rupees 80,000, stock rupees 40,000, furniture rupees 60,000 and loan of rupees 50,000. Now children, as we know, the first thing which we are supposed to do is we will divide into two parts so that we can come to know how many columns we will need in our question. So what all things are happening over here? You can see Sudhir is a starting business. So whenever a person starts business, that is called capital. Now that is your liability. He is a starting business with cash. So cash is an asset. He is also invested stock. So stock is another asset. He has also invested furniture. So furniture is yet another asset which is going to be invested in the business. Besides that, there was also a loan which was taken by him earlier, and when he is starting the new business, he is carrying forward the same loan of rupees 50,000. So loan is a liability, so I am writing it on the liability side. Now second part is salary paid rupees 5,000. Now children, when you will read this was in our previous video also, so this is very common. Salary is an expense and we are paying cash. So expense, if you remember, I had told you all that expenses will reduce your capital. Incomes or revenues will increase your capital. Profits will increase your capital, and losses will reduce your capital. So following this, salary is an expense, so it will reduce my capital, so I need not write it once again. At the same time, I am paying salary, so my cash will also reduce. Both of them are already there, so I am not repeating it anymore. The next part is rupees 1,000 is still not paid. Children, any expense which is not yet paid is called outstanding expense, and we have not yet paid. We will pay it in future, so it becomes my liability. So on the liability side, I will write outstanding, and at the same time, what have I not paid? Salary. What is salary? It is an expense. It will reduce my capital. Now the next part is rent has been paid 8,000. So what is rent? It is an expense, so it will reduce my capital, which I have already written. What am I paying? Cash, which is already there. But the question says this includes rent for the next year rupees 2,000. So rent or any expense which we pay for the next year in the current year is known as prepaid. Now we have not yet received the benefit of this 2,000. We will receive it in future. So when anything whose benefit will be received in future, or the it will be a type of, we will be availing the service in the next future, in the next period of time, so it will be considered our asset. So prepaid will be written separately as under the assets. The next one is commission received, rupees 10,000. So commission is received, so it is an income. So it will increase my capital, which is already there. What am I receiving? Cash, which is already there. But this 10,000, question says it includes rupees 3,000 for the next year. So commission which has been received in advance is known as accrued commission. Sorry, it is an income received in advance. So it is a liability received in advance. We have not yet provided the service, but we have received the money in advance. So we will have to provide the service in future. So this will be my liability. I will have to provide the service. Interest on loan, it is an expense. Loan is a liability and interest on loan is considered as an expense. So expense will reduce my capital, and at the same time, what am I paying? Cash. So it will reduce my cash also. Now interest on capital. Children, when it comes to interest on capital, the owner neither takes anything in cash nor he gives to the firm in cash. He asks everything to get adjusted through his capital account. So when interest on capital is to be allowed, is to be given to the partner, it will increase his capital. First thing. Second, who will pay? The firm. Now the question is, firm will not pay it in cash. Once again, this will reduce the revenue of the firm because it is an expense. So as I told you, interest on capital, if you remember the concept, the business entity concept, over there I had clearly discussed that the amount of money invested by the business is known as capital and the interest provided on that is an expense. So what do we do with the expense? It gets adjusted with the capital. So interest on capital will be added and subtracted both from capital itself. Now, goods of rupees 5,000 was withdrawn for personal use. What do you mean by personal use? That is drawings. So you are making drawings. What will happen with the drawings? The drawings will reduce the capital of the part of the owner. So it will be reduced from the capital. At the same time, what is being taken away from the business? Goods. That means stock will get reduced. Now, the next one is interest on drawings. What is interest on drawings? Interest on drawing is an income for the business. So what is to be done with the income? It must be added to the capital. But who is supposed to pay interest on drawings? The owner. But he will not pay it in cash. So it has to be reduced from his capital also. So that means interest on drawings will also be added and subtracted into the capital. So now we are completed with our working. We have 4 columns on the asset side and 4 columns on the liability side. Let us prepare the format. At the top I will write in the books of Sudhir. I will draw the line over here. First line. As I have told you, in the first line you are supposed to write the accounting equation. You will write assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Now, first of all, we will write the serial number, then transactions. You have to just write the transactions in short. You need not write it in a very elaborative form. You need 4 columns on the asset side and 4 columns on the liabilities. So draw the another line so that you can create the headings. First, second, third, fourth. Now equal to sign to divide the asset and liability. Once again 1, 2, 3 and 4. So on the asset side, we will write, first one is cash. If you can see, cash, stock, furniture and prepaid. Cash, stock, furniture and prepaid. So these are the 4 columns to be drawn on your asset side. And capital, loan, outstanding and received in advance. Capital, loan, outstanding, received in advance. So these are the 4 columns on your liability side also. Now we will begin with our preparation. What is my first transaction? My first transaction is business started. We are not going to write everything in detail. It's just a small brief description which we will write about the transaction. Business is started with what all things? Cash, rupees 80,000. So in the cash I will write 80,000. What else? Stock, rupees 40,000. So in the stock I will write 40,000. Next, furniture, rupees 60,000. Okay, so I'll write furniture, rupees 60,000. And loan of rupees 50,000. This I will write over here in the liability side, 50,000. Now the question is, whenever business is started, that is called capital. So how much should be the capital? Now if you see, what is the formula? The accounting equation says assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. If you have to find capital, it will be assets minus liabilities. So how much your total assets are? 1,80,000. And how much is your liability right now? 50,000. So the balance, which is 1,30,000, is your capital. This is how we solve in this particular situation. When assets and liabilities both are given, this is how we calculate the capital. Now the second one, you can just write part by part, salary paid and outstanding. So over here you can write salary paid and outstanding. Let us solve the first part. What is it? Salary paid rupees 5,000. So what are the two things? First, it is an expense, and second, we are paying. So our cash will reduce rupees 5,000. At the same time, it is an expense, salary is an expense, so my capital will get reduced. Now, this much part is over. Let's see this one. What is this? Rupees 1,000 is still not paid. So what is that? That is an outstanding. Outstanding means we will pay it in future. So that is my liability. Rupees 1,000 is the salary which is not yet paid. This will increase my liability. But at the same time, what is not paid? Salary. What is that? It is an expense. So it will reduce my capital. After these two transactions, what is the new equation? We will write new equation. If you see, it is 75,000, stock 40,000, furniture 60,000, no prepaid, it is 1,24,000, 50,000 and 1,000. The total of both the sides are still the same. You can check it out. Third transaction, transaction number C. What is it? Rent paid rupees 8,000. So how much is the rent paid? 8,000, which includes rent for the next year 2,000. That means out of this 8,000, 2,000 is for the next year. So how much is for the current year? 6,000. So when we are paying rent, here you can write rent paid. How much rent have I paid? You can say I paid 8,000. Okay, fine. That has reduced my cash. But out of this 8,000, how much is for the current year? 6,000. Since rent is an expense, so it will reduce my capital by rupees 6,000. I will write only that amount which is related to the current year. The expense which is related to the next year will become my prepaid. So I will write over here prepaid. My asset will increase because I have paid the expense in advance and I will get the benefit of that in the next year. So that becomes my asset. Once again, new equation. It is 67,000, 40,000, 60,000, 2,000, 1,18,000, 50,000, 1,000, no change. Now, transaction number D. What is that? Commission has been received rupees 10,000, which includes rupees 3,000 for the next year. That means out of 10,000, how much is related to the next year? 3,000. So how much is related to the current year? 7,000. Since we have received, so I will just write commission received. Now my question is, how much commission have I received? You will say 10,000. Okay, fine, add it in your cash because this is the total amount which you have received. But commission is received, so it is an income. But as I told you, we will consider only that income which is related to my current year. So how much is related to my current year? Only 7,000. So I will add 7,000 over here income. Now the rest part, 3,000. What happens with this 3,000? This 3,000 is related to the next year. That means this is the commission which I have received in advance. So I will have to provide the service in future. So that is my liability. So my liability will increase by rupees 3,000. So after this, my new equation once again will be 77,000, 40,000, 60,000, 2,000, 1,25,000, 50,000, 1,000 and 3,000. So this is my new and the current equation. Now the next transaction takes place. What is that? We are paying interest on loan rupees 3,000. Children, interest on loan, what are the aspects? One is cash, the other one is interest on loan. Now since we are paying, so my cash will reduce and interest on loan is an expense. So it will reduce my capital. So I will write interest on loan paid. How much have I paid? 3,000. So this will decrease my cash, and since it is an expense, so it will reduce my capital too. After this transaction, what is the new equation now? 74,000, 40,000, 60,000, 2,000, 1,22,000, 50,000, 1,000 and 3,000. Transaction number F. What is it? Interest on capital allowed. Now what are the two aspects over here? First of all, interest on capital. What is it? It is an expense. At the same time, interest on capital is never paid to the partner, to the owner in cash. That means it is given to the partner adjusted through his capital account. So it will increase the capital also, because when interest will be given, his capital balance will increase. That means capital will get increased also. So I will write interest on capital. Children, once again I repeat, interest on capital will be added to capital. At the same time, it will be subtracted from capital itself. Why? Because interest on capital is an expense, and the other thing, it is never paid to him in cash. So because of that, it will increase his capital also. So there will be addition and subtraction both taking place with the capital itself. So the current position is same, 1,22,000, but you will have to show it. There is no option out. Next, transaction number G. What is that? Goods of rupees 5,000 was withdrawn for personal use of Sudhir. Who is Sudhir? Sudhir is the owner. So when he is taking goods, goods means stock will decrease, and this is what? Personal use. That means drawings. It is called drawings. And what will happen with the drawings? Once again, when he will withdraw something from the business, it would reduce the capital of the partner. So capital minus. So here I will say goods withdrawn. So I will decrease the stock by rupees 5,000 which he has withdrawn, minus 5,000 from here and minus 5,000 from the capital, because it would reduce his capital. Now the current situation, new equation is 74,000, 35,000, 60,000, 2,000, 1,17,000, 50,000, 1,000 and 3,000. Now the last transaction, children, H. What is that? Interest on drawings. So what are the two aspects? One is interest on drawing, which is an income. So what will happen with due to income? It will increase the capital. Now at the same time, who is supposed to pay this? The owner. He will not pay it in cash. So what you will do? If he is not paying it in cash, you will reduce his capital. So interest on drawings also is added and subtracted to the capital itself. Plus 300 minus 300. Now since this was the last transaction, so we will write over here final equation. Now final equation is 74,000, 35,000, 60,000, 2,000 is equal to 1,17,000, 50,000, 1,000 and 3,000. Now this is your final equation, children. We were asked also to prepare the balance sheet. So I am just rubbing it off and I will prepare the format for a balance sheet, as we can, this is enough to do it. I'll just write balance sheet of Sudhir. On the left hand side I will write capital and liabilities, amount. On the right hand side I am supposed to show the assets. Now which all are the items which are to be shown on your liability side? See, which all are the things? Capital, loan, outstanding and received in advance. These are the four items. So I will write over here capital, loan, outstanding, expenses and income received in advance. Children, these are the four items on the liability side, whereas on the asset side we have cash, stock, furniture and prepaid expenses. Now for all these we are supposed to take the final amount. So capital, what is the final amount? You see, final equation is 1,17,000. So I will write in front of capital 1,17,000, in front of loan 50,000, in front of outstanding expenses final equation is 1,000 and received in advance 3,000. So I will write 1,000 in front of outstanding and 3,000 in front of received in advance. So what is the total of this side? If you can see, $1,71,000. Let's check the asset side. Asset side, this is cash. What is the final equation? 74,000. Stock, what is the final equation? 35,000. Furniture, what is the final equation? 60,000. And what is the final equation for prepaid? 2,000. Just add. We have 2, 5, 7, 4, 11, carry 1, 7, 1, 8, 3, 11, 6, 17, 2, 19. Sorry, it is 1,71,000. So this is how, children, we prepare the accounting equation for such type of special transactions which are not normally seen but are very, very important with the balance sheet. I hope this video will help you a lot in solving a lot many other sums. Thank you.